Max Nation and Dog Pound. I'm Unger to the Max, coming at you with today's episode of the Sports Room Talk Show. And we are 63 days away from the start of the 2023 NFL season. And in the first 4 weeks of the season, the Cleveland Browns will play not one, not two, but three divisional games. Week 1, home against the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 2, at the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. Week 4, home against the Baltimore Ravens. In the AFC North this season, the Browns cannot afford to get off to a slow start because the Ravens and Bengals are going to be fighting each other for the AFC North Division title, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers are still going to be in contention for one of the wild card spots. The Browns want to be in the mix as well for one of the wild card spots, and maybe, just maybe, be alongside the Ravens and Bengals in the race for the AFC North Division title. But I think it's a little early to be talking AFC North Division champions for the Browns. Even with Deshaun Watson as quarterback, I think it's too early. But the fact that 3 of the first 4 games to open the season are divisional puts a huge emphasis on the first 4, on week 1, week 2, and week 4. Because like I said, the AFC North is projected to be extremely close and competitive. I mean, think about the quarterbacks you have in this division. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Kenny Pickett, and Deshaun Watson. And some of the wide receivers you've got in this division. Amari Cooper, George Pickens, who I think is going to be a very good wide receiver. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And then Rashard Bateman, Zay Flowers, and Odell Beckham Jr. Of course, the Browns are very familiar with Odell because he played for the Browns for a couple seasons. In fact, OBJ was with the Browns the last time we played the NFC West, and that season we went 0-4 against the Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, and Cardinals. This season, it will be the NFC West again for the Browns, and the order in which the Browns will play them is the 49ers, Seahawks, Cardinals, and then the Rams. So almost the inverse of 2019. Almost. But, so the first 10 weeks of the season look like this for the Browns. Week 1, home against the Bengals. Week 2, at the Steelers. Week 3, home against the Tennessee Titans. Week 4, home against the Ravens. Week 5 is the bye week. Week 6, home against the San Francisco 49ers. Week 7, at the Indianapolis Colts. Week 8, at the Seattle Seahawks. Week 9, home against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 10, at the Baltimore Ravens. Week 11, home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 12, at the Denver Broncos. Week 13, at the Los Angeles Rams. Week 14, home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 15, home against the Chicago Bears. Week 16, at the Houston Texans. Week 17, home against the New York Jets. And Week 18, at the Cincinnati Bengals. So there's your 2023 NFL schedule for the Cleveland Browns. So the fact that we have to play the San Francisco 49ers coming off of the bye week, that's extremely challenging. Think about it. The 49ers got to the NFC Championship game last year, and they had Brock Purdy as their starting quarterback. But think about what the 49ers have at the skill position. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. And on the defensive side of the ball, they've got guys like Nick Bosa. And I'm sure there's other guys that I can't remember off the top of my head. But that aside, sounded like it was just thundering outside, but maybe not. But anyway, getting back to the discussion at hand. Yeah, anytime we play the 49ers was going to be tough. I mean, we got smashed by them on Monday Night Football back in 2019. But to play them at home coming off of a bye week, you would think having the bye week before playing the 49ers would be, ideal, but it doesn't make it any easier. And so, having to play the 49ers coming off of the bye week adds even more emphasis onto those first 4 weeks of the season where we play the Bengals, Steelers, Titans, Ravens. I would say the easiest game of those 4 is the game against the Tennessee Titans. I don't trust Ryan Tannehill as the starting quarterback for the Titans, and I think Derrick Henry is starting to slow down. And other than Derrick Henry, what do the Tennessee Titans have on offense? I would say not much. But then again, the last time we played the Titans in Cleveland, we got smashed 43-13. So I shouldn't be too dismissive of the Titans. But at the same time, this is a different Titans team coming into 2023 than what they had in 2019. So, I would say the Titans are the weakest opponent that the Browns have in the first 4 weeks. So, if I had to make predictions now, I would say we beat the Bengals, lose against the Steelers, beat the Titans, and beat the Ravens. So, 3-1 going into the bye week and then coming out and playing the 49ers. I would say that stretch from week 6 to week 11 is also very crucial. Because week 6, like I said, I talked about this you've got the 49ers. Week 7 is the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts are going to be an improved team this season. They brought in Shane Steichen as their head coach. He was the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. They drafted Anthony Richardson. So I think you're going to see some improvement from the Colts. Week 8 at the Seattle Seahawks. I actually think the Seahawks could jump the 49ers and win the NFC West. That's how much I like Geno Smith, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the wide receiver out of Ohio State that they drafted this year. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Seattle's going to be formidable offensively. So, look out for them. And then week 9 against Arizona. The Cardinals, I think, are going to be awful. I think they're going to be the worst team in the NFL. What does that mean for Kyler Murray? I really don't know. But I think we can beat them. And then week 10 at the Ravens. We always have problems against Lamar Jackson. So I don't see why it would be any different in Baltimore. So I think we split with them. And then week 11 against the Steelers, I think we split with them. Browns-Steelers, to me, right now, it's not a rivalry. If they want to convince me that it is, I need to see more games where there's some type of implications on the line, not just bragging rights. Too many times it's been that the Steelers have just absolutely kicked the Browns' ass, or that the games have meant absolutely nothing. Other than the 2021 wild card game, or week 18 of the 2020 season, or week 17, whatever it was, when the Browns beat the Steelers to clinch a spot in the playoffs. When was the last time a Browns-Steelers game actually meant something? I couldn't tell you, because it feels like it's a rarity. So I would say Browns-Steelers right now, not a rivalry. Browns-Ravens, I would say that's more of a rivalry, because many of the games recently have had some type of implications. And but the best rivalry in the AFC North is easily Steelers-Ravens. With that game, there's usually something on the line. Heck, they played each other in the 2008 AFC Championship. to see who would play the Arizona Cardinals in Super Bowl 43. So, you can't get any higher than that. So, I'm very excited for this 2023 season. As a Browns fan, though, I'm not going to get my expectations high because anytime you put high expectations on the Browns, they just do this. Boo! And do not live up to the expectations. So I'm like, nope, I'm not going to put high expectations on the Browns. I'm not going to say they're going to win the AFC North. I'm not going to say they're going to make it to the playoffs. I'm going to say they go 9-8. Okay. I don't know if that's my actual predictions. I'll make actual schedule predictions closer to the start of the season. But if they go 9-8, that works. Yes, they're a game over 500. And maybe that's good enough to get them into the playoffs. But that's going to do it for this quick episode. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on the season and some of the important games. So until next time, I'm Unger to the Max, and I will see you on another episode of the Sports Room Talk Show.